Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Omni viewer, and welcome to Non-Moving Pictures, where we examine movie posters as art. I know, it's been a while since I've done one of these, but I'm back in the swing of it, and I want to keep this series going. So today I'm going to pick things up right where I left off, by examining the movie poster for the classic 1980s urban fantasy film, Highlander. Of course, we all know the first Highlander movie is the best of the entire Highlander franchise, so, with that in mind, I'm sure the movie poster must be amazing. Okay, so, Highlander is one of the best fantasy movies of the 1980s. I've been looking forward to checking out this movie poster for a long time, so let's see what it's got. Wonder what sort of epic image we'll have. Probably something like... What the heck is that? Wait, no, that cannot be right. That can't actually be what the movie poster is. Come on, show me the real one. That's actually it? I am so sorry. Oh my gosh. I honestly don't know what to think. The very first episode of this series, I did the movie posters for Godzilla 2014, and I declared this, the first official poster for the movie, to be the worst of the bunch, and quite possibly one of the worst movie posters we'd ever look at. I still don't think it's good, but man, it is so much better than whatever the heck this is. How on earth did they decide this would be the best poster to go with? Okay, first of all, it's not a very interesting image. It's just a close-up of some guy's face. Yeah, that's definitely a guy who is staring at me. Not really that much else to say about it. Second, this is the least flattering picture of Christopher Lambert I have ever seen in my life. Between the lighting, the contrast created by the black and white, and the camera angle, this just makes the poor guy look ugly. He looks like someone who had the worst possible acne in the world as a teenager, and he's suffering for it in his adult life. But the worst part, the most unforgivable aspect of this particular poster, is that it does not represent the movie in any conceivable way. A large part of how I examine posters in this series comes down to how they represent the film they're advertising. Sometimes it's very easy, like this vintage poster for The Mummy. You've got a distinct-looking monster who's already named in the title, just put that monster in the poster and you're already halfway there. Other times it's not so easy, like with this vintage poster for Ralph Bakshi's Wizards. When the movie itself is very close to indescribable, sometimes the best you can do is pick an iconic-looking character, pick an iconic-looking pose for him, and hope for the best. Now, I realize with this poster for Highlander, technically, yes, we are seeing the eponymous Highlander in the poster. But how am I supposed to get any sense of what Highlander is actually about from this image? Highlander is a fantasy film that spans centuries. It's the story of a man who becomes immortal, who learns that there are other immortals, and realizes that he might be the only one to stop a particularly evil immortal from bringing about calamity to the world. That man, Connor MacLeod, is a warrior. He is a brave, selfless man. He is a hero. This picture right here, this does not look like the image of a hero. This looks like security camera footage of a serial killer. Or perhaps it looks like a man who isn't allowed within 100 feet of an elementary school. And neither is his windowless van. Again, I ask, how is this the image they settled on? There are other images they could have gone with. Something that better represented the heroic nature, the fantasy element, the epic scope. Something like... Yeah, actually, this poster right here, that's a good one. This poster looks like the sort of thing I would expect from a Highlander movie. And that's the poster for Highlander 2? Are you honestly telling me that Highlander 2 has a better poster than Highlander 1? Highlander 2, one of the most infamously bad sequels of all time. It has the poster Highlander should have gotten. But it's got all the elements. It's got that iconic sword. Well, maybe not the iconic sword, but it's got the sword in that iconic point downward forming a cross pose. It's got the lightning that represents the quickening. It's got Christopher Lambert and Sean Connery posing like the heroes they are, dressed in fantasy-appropriate attire. Maybe not necessarily period-appropriate attire, but still fantasy-appropriate attire. And they are against a cityscape, representing the urban fantasy element, that fusion of the ancient and the contemporary. How on earth did this happen? How did the second Highlander movie get a poster this good, and the first Highlander movie got this? Oh, and lest I forget, the final issue with this poster is that it has a mistake. The text at the top of the poster says the movie takes place in 1986, but the dialogue in the movie clearly puts it in 1985. Well, okay, there you have it. We live in a backwards world. Highlander 2 has a better poster than Highlander 1, and I have no clue what's real anymore. I really hope this doesn't become a trend as I continue this series. Only one way to find out, though, and that is to continue it. So, until such time as we meet again, this is the Omni Viewer, signing off. Next time, a movie poster, or perhaps a series of movie posters, that are just a little bit fishy. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it, as well as subscribe to the channel for more content of a similar nature. Also, check the description for links to our Twitter, DeviantArt, and Patreon pages, as well as the Amazon link for the novel Operation Red Dragon: The Daikaiju Wars Part 1, penned by yours truly. Thank you all, and we appreciate your support.